Hello everyone, I am the Basement Dweeb, you can call me Nova, and today, I'm gonna be real with you, I didn't really have a video planned, but my room is nice and clean. I spent, a couple of hours just kind of organizing. I organized my dresser a little while ago, and so I'm like, you know what, my backdrop looks pretty good, I cleaned my room, I feel like I look alright, so, you know what, I'm gonna record a video, and so here we are. The other main reason I wanted to record a video was because I wanted to test the new lighting I'm trying out, because most of you probably noticed from my earlier videos, my backdrop tends to be really washed out, and the reason for that is because I film in my room on my phone, and so the only lighting I have in here, because I'm not a professional, is the light fixture right over there. So it's just got 4 light bulbs, and there's lighting everywhere, and so it's just, my phone just isn't the best camera on earth, because it's an iPhone 5S because I'm cheap, and it focused on my face, and so the backdrop there was too much light in the backdrop, and it just tended to be washed out. And I realized 2 days ago, if I unscrew all the light bulbs except the one that's directly facing me, the backdrop isn't getting as much light, which means that the lighting overall looks a lot more balanced, and I'm honestly really happy with that. So, beyond that, though, just wanted to film a video. So I thought I'd use this as an opportunity to kind of announce a couple of series that I'll probably be doing somewhere down the line. One of the series I've already kind of gotten started, but the other one is one that I haven't really talked about, like, at all, except mentioning it briefly in my About section, like, a month ago. So I'm going to talk about that one first, and then I'm going to talk about the other one that I've kind of already started. So, first and foremost, the series that I'm wanting to get started, that was the main reason I actually started uploading content, was because I wanted to make this series that's coming up here. So, I don't know how many of you know ExplanationPoint, the AnyTuber. I don't know how many subscribers he has, probably, I could be totally downplaying him here, but he has a couple thousand at least, if not a couple tens of thousands. I like his content a lot. He was like the first AnyTuber I watched that liked dubs as much as I did, and all of that, and I really, really like his content. I'll link him in the description of the video. But, anyway, he did a series on his channel. He loves My Hero Academia, and so he did a series on his channel called Subs versus Dubs for My Hero Academia. And I was thinking, I really want to do that series for a show that had a dub that came out very recently that I just loved to bits and pieces. And that show is Kaguya-sama Love is War. So, as many of you probably know who watch anime, the dub for season 2 of Kaguya started airing before the dub for season 1, for unknown reasons, probably, if I had to guess, recency bias, because I wanted to, keep people hyped for the show, and I knew if they released season 1, people weren't going to probably watch it as much, because as much as awesome as season 1 was, it doesn't have the recency bias that season 2 does. But so, season 1 dropped, I think, end of February, early March, somewhere in there. I don't remember exactly when, but I was super hyped when it came out. I was so excited, because I love Kaguya-sama, like, so much. It's such a fun show. I love watching it, but, obviously when it first came out, I watched it subbed, and I still really liked it, and I remember having a distinct conversation with a good friend of mine, and at college, and we were both saying, hey, because he and I both really like dubs, and I was saying, I really hope that they do a dub for this, because I think that'd be really fun, and he's like, yeah, but if they don't do the dub just right, it's gonna freaking suck, and I can tell you, as someone who watched it subbed initially, they did not fail on this dub, at least in my mind, because I know, for some reason, people just hate the dub. Like, there's obviously a lot of people really like the dub, but I know that, but every time I go to watch, like, dub compilation clips of, Kaguya, there'll always be a handful of people in the comments saying, oh my gosh, the dub sucks, like, this is garbage, and I'm just like, okay, calm down, I understand that you like the other language version better, but this language version isn't bad, Like, it's just different. And here's the thing, when I first started watching, like, when the first episode of season 2 dub dropped, I thought it was weird, because I was not used to it, because I had only ever seen, like, I had watched all of season 1 and, like, a good chunk of season 2 subbed, and so I was not used to the dub voices, but after a good 15-20 minutes, like, 10-15, when they, oh geez, what part was it? It was the part when Chica was like, yeah, they did the thing, they did the dirty thing, you know, when they're watching the two, Kashiwagi and her boyfriend, you know, kind of messing around, trying to get on their nerves in like the student council room. When Kaguya does that screech, that was the point at which I was like, okay, I kind of like this double line. But I really like the dub for Kaguya-sama, and I was thinking in my head, because I will sometimes, because I have Funimation, I can switch back and forth between the English and Japanese language ones really easily. I would sometimes switch back and forth to see what the differences were, and there were a lot of differences, and so I was like, I kind of want to do something comparing, you know, like the different how the different jokes were translated over and what the differences were and why I enjoyed this joke better. So that's kind of what I'm going to be doing with the sub versus dub. I'm going to be going over each individual episode and kind of listing a handful, probably 5 or 6 of the best jokes, or the jokes that I think translated over really well to English and why I think they work really well. And again, this is probably not going to be something I'm going to do right away. It is going to take probably a lot more work because I'm going to have to watch episodes a couple of times over, and I'm probably going to do this for every individual episode for seasons 1 and 2, and season 3 when season 3 comes out in June. But that is kind of the main thing that I'm going to do for that series, and that's something I'm really looking forward to making, because I think I'm going to have a lot of fun, but it is going to take a lot more work because I am going to have to watch episodes probably a couple of times over to figure out the best jokes. But so the other series that I'm going to be doing is one that I already started with the Demon Slayer video, and it's going to be I Finally Watched Blank, because there's a lot of like really popular anime that I have not seen, that I want to watch but just have been on my back burner for one reason or another. So I Finally Watched Demon Slayer is going to be the first installment in that series. And I didn't really think about doing that as a series when I filmed that video, so there's not going to be really anything about the series in that video. But after I recorded it, before I uploaded it, because I didn't upload it for a couple of days after I filmed it, and because I had already had a couple of videos that were set to premiere, so I'm like, oh, I don't need to upload it right away. And then I was letting it just kind of sit in my videos ready to go, and I was like, I wonder if I could make a series with this. I finally watched because I was going to title it I Finally Watched Demon Slayer, and then I realized I can make a series about this. I finally watched Cowboy Bebop. I finally watched Angel Beats. I finally watched Parasite. I finally watched Trigun. You know, the list goes on and on and on. And I haven't seen any of those anime, and that's not because any of them are bad. It's just because I just haven't gotten around to watching them. Or I finally watched Evangelion. There's so many anime that are really popular that I just never sat down to watch because I just wanted to watch other things, and I just didn't have the time to dedicate to another new series because I'm currently watching like 30 different series. Don't murder me. But I just have a hard time sitting down and actually just binging an entire series. I like 12 episode series. I can usually get through those pretty quick, but like anything longer than that, I usually have a hard time finishing. So, but yeah, I think I could have a lot of fun doing, and I finally watched Blank because I think, you know, because I can give my thoughts on a series I've never seen, and, you know, I think I would have a lot of fun with it. But anyway, I think that's going to wrap up the video for today. Again, this was kind of super unplanned and well, my videos are never scripted, but I didn't really have any thoughts on it or anything. Just wanted to record something because I wanted to test out my lighting, but I hope you'll look forward to the series I have coming up. I'll probably not, well, I've got videos coming out for the next 2 or 3 weeks, so I think we'll be alright in that department. But anyway, have a lovely rest of your evening. I will be linking my Patreon in the description below, as well as ExplanationPoint, because I will be borrowing his idea. I'm not going to do obviously the exact same format, but it's going to be similar enough that I'm like, I should probably credit him just in case any of his fans somehow manage to find my channel and be like, hey, that's his idea. And I'm like, okay, don't cancel me for that. But, you know, but I just wanted to make sure I credited him. But anyway, have a good rest of your night and a good Easter. Well, this isn't going to be uploaded until like a month later. It's the Saturday before Easter for me, but retroactively, have a good Easter. Yeah, I don't have an outro yet. Okay, bye.